I got a concussion yesterday, and also whiplash. So I recorded some random little clips immediately after, and like within a couple hours of it happening, explaining everything. And I'll intersperse those throughout this video. But I figured I would just sit down and kind of explain everything. I am okay. I had my CAT scan. I was laying down on the bed where they rolled me through the hospital, and then it's probably like 8 people, 4 on each side, maybe 6 people. I couldn't remember or even tell at the time. They like picked me up and moved me onto this machine, and I moved into it. And then there's this big spinning thing inside of a thing, and it's like got a laser, and it's taking a picture of my skull and like all the way down through here because they checked my neck because that was hurting. Hold on, I've jumped way too far into this. I didn't even explain what happened. Back up a little bit. I brought that up because I was going to say there's no fracture in my skull or my neck or spinal cord or anything, or no internal bleeding. It's all good. It's just a normal concussion, normal whiplash, and I'm going to heal up fine. So what happened is I was working my second job, mowing lawns. This is a stand-up, zero-turn lawnmower. They go very fast. I was probably going like 10 to 15 miles an hour, and there was this tree branch bigger than my arm, and I just didn't see it, and I went right into it at possibly 15 miles an hour, and it hurt really bad, threw me completely off the mower. My first thought was the last week while I was on the mower, I sneezed too hard and just started gushing blood everywhere. So when I hit this branch, my first thought was like, oh no, my nose is going to bleed again. So I ran back to the truck and grabbed some tissues. So at this point, basically my mindset is I might go unconscious at some point. I don't know. So I'm going to document on video, not for the channel, but for the doctors. What am I feeling? Like, where does it hurt? What happened? All that kind of stuff. Neck hurts. There's no bleeding. I think probably it's all numb and hurts. Neck hurts back here, like the one vertebrae that sticks out more. It's like that's where it starts hurting. Let's see if my nose is bleeding or not. Fucking glasses are fucked up. Fuck everything, dude. Alright, let's try a new tissue. Alright, maybe the nose isn't bleeding. I was expecting that it would immediately start gushing, considering that was the one that started bleeding randomly last week when I sneezed too hard. Okay, I'm like hesitant to move my neck because it hurts. It's definitely much hotter right there. It feels warm. It doesn't look too bad. The numbness is only about here now. I don't know if I should like check range of movement. In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have, but check range of movement. Yeah, this way feels fine. This way, I could push past it, but I'm not going to. That feels fine. Okay, so this way and this way is limited as far as comfort. Right side, left side. Fuck this shit. It is 12:42. And so once I realized my nose wasn't going to bleed, and I was no longer concerned that I was about to go unconscious, I was like, it was a hard bump, whatever, I'll get back to work. Of course, being the workaholic I am, inheriting that from my dad, I got back on the mower and immediately hit another branch, the same size, not as hard or as fast. And so by this point, I'm absolutely furious. I am glad that the mower is loud because I was screaming things that hopefully the homeowner didn't hear over the sound of the mower. But then I was like, there's, I don't know, maybe 2 to 5 minutes left of mowing on this property, and then we're done anyway. So I was like, let's just get it over with. But that's when I realized that something was wrong, because I couldn't go with my normal speed. I had to go very, very slowly because every tiny little bump hurt everything, like so much. It's like, oh, something's just not right here. So we did actually finish the lawn. I made, probably like another 10 passes or something. And that's when we went, and I pulled it back into the trailer, put everything away, went and then told my coworker what happened. And then we decided to bring me to go get a checkup and a scan, because I had a couple years ago, a family member had a really bad concussion where their first couple hours they seemed totally fine. And then next thing you know, they're like, basically if they had waited a few extra minutes, they wouldn't have made it. So I'm very wary about head injuries. And so it was at that point where I was like, yeah, no, I need to go get a checkup, go get a scan, whatever. See, I had a thing I was about to say, and I've already lost that train of thought now. Yeah, so well, this was unexpected. So approximately 12:45 p.m. I was riding a lawnmower, a zero turn, going about 15 miles an hour, and I hit a tree branch I didn't see. Yay! My head hurts, my neck hurts, I feel like I'm floating in water. So far, my memory and like everything else seems to be okay, which is good. Approximately 12:45 p.m. I was riding a lawnmower. It is 12:42. But yeah, of course, immediately as soon as he walked in, I just automatically stopped recording, and then I was like, wait a minute, why did I stop recording? I had to explain the story to him, so I could have just recorded myself telling the story to him, even if I set the phone on the bed. Anyways, yeah, 12:45 hit my head. Went and sat by the truck for a little while, a couple minutes, because I thought my nose was bleeding, but it was fine. And I didn't stop to think of like, oh, this could be bad. So I just hopped back on the mower, immediately hit another branch. Very, very agitated at this point, obviously. And then I rode around for like another 2, 3, 4 minutes, but I could not go the normal speed because everything just hurt. Every tiny little bump, just everything hurts. And so he basically asked me a bunch of questions and just said he's gonna run a CT scan to see if there's any internal injuries on my neck or my head, which is what I figured they would do. Considering a family member had a head injury a few years ago that for their first several hours they seemed totally fine. And then next thing you know, they had internal bleeding and were like literally minutes away from death. And they had a several month-long recovery. This is scary. So it's like, yeah, I'm pretty much totally fine now, besides like feeling all floaty and like, oh no. And honestly, most of it doesn't even really hurt that bad. I just really need to pee. So eventually the adrenaline rush wore off, and then it started to hurt a lot more. Surprisingly, my head didn't hurt, but my neck hurt a lot. And then this morning when I woke up, it was actually flipped. My back was sore because I slept for 13 and a half hours, and my head was hurting from, well, like as soon as I started moving around, my head started hurting. And you can also tell in that clip that obviously by that point I was like, oh yeah, this is going to have to go, this is going on the channel. Because there are many times where things go wrong and I stop and record a video like the one I did by the truck, but then nothing ever happens and everything works out, and then you never have to see that video. So the video I recorded by the truck, that was honestly just me documenting my symptoms, and surprisingly, now that I'm looking back at it and editing this, I was a lot more distracted than I realized. But once I started recording in the hospital, by that point, that was definitely with the intent of uploading it. I'll probably be fine, but on the off chance that I'm not, Mom and Dad, I'm sorry for being such a jerk. Grandma, I'm sorry I didn't finish the documentary, blah, blah, blah. So many videos I wanted to make. So many video games I wanted to play. Ow, that hurts to laugh. I'm gonna just sit here and do nothing. Also non-existing, God forbid that I end up in the same situation as Josh. Mom and Dad, take a journal. Well, assuming that you see this video, take a journal every single day of the progress, or in video of the progress, because I'm going to want to see all that later. Assuming you know how to access this file on my phone, because you don't know my passcode thing to get into it. It wasn't until my mom just came a few minutes ago to bring me some groceries, because I don't have any like healthy food here at the moment. That it wasn't until she came that I realized how slowly everything is internally relative to having another person here, versus like I spent most of today just watching a movie. It was a 2.5 hour video about the historical timeline of RuneScape made by Moteplox. And then last night, actually no, I tried to watch it last night, but I fell asleep immediately because I slept 13.5 hours last night. So not only because my brain needed the rest and needed the healing, but also just like catching up on sleep in general. Working 72-hour weeks is intense. Yeah, that was interesting. I woke up, what was it? I fell asleep at like 7 p.m. last night, and then I woke up when the Moteplox video was done, and then it moved on to the next thing in my Watch Later playlist. So probably around like 9:30. Then I woke up at like 5:30 in the morning because my stupid alarm was, of course, already set. I didn't even have time to brush my teeth or do any of my normal night routine stuff because I just passed out. not like unconscious. Well, you know what I mean. I fell asleep. Yeah, so then I woke up at 5:30 because of my stupid alarm, shut that off, go back to bed. And then I wake up at what felt like 12 hours of sleep. So the 5:30 would have been about 10 hours of sleep. Then I woke up at what felt like 12 hours of sleep, so about 7 a.m., didn't check the clock, went back to sleep. Because I was like, you know what, my brain needs the rest. I can do better than 12 hours. I know I can sleep longer than 12 hours. I've done it before. So I chose to go back to sleep, even though I was awake enough that I could have gotten up, but no. And then I woke up at what felt like an hour and a half later, so that would have been 13.5 hours of sleep. And then I decided to check the clock. I'm like, I was spot on with my estimation. 13.5 hours of sleep. It was great. But now after this and like putting away the groceries, I'm going to attempt to go for a walk, just so that I'm tired enough to get back to sleep again tonight. But I need to find my sunglasses because it is so bright outside. It's so bright. I have the rest of the week off from the mowing job, and then probably I'm taking today off from my normal job stocking shelves. I'm probably gonna take tomorrow off from that as well, and then I might go back on Friday or something. So yeah, lots of rest, and of course it's like I know I wanted more free time, but this is not what I meant. And of course, like having all this free time, I want to work on making videos, but they say you're not supposed to do much for exertion, both physically and mentally. Even just that slight movement there hurt a bit. So, right, I was also going to say too, before my head felt totally fine and my neck is what was hurting. And then I slept, and then my back was sore from sleeping for so long. But now that I'm starting to move around, my neck is feeling better, but now my head is starting to hurt. And now I'm starting to feel realizing how slow I feel. And even like the first couple hours, after it happened yesterday, when I was trying to text like my mom and let people know what's going on, I couldn't text right. I kept hitting the wrong buttons like more than usual and having to backspace and rewrite things a lot. And I forgot what else it was that I was doing today that I just couldn't seem to do it right. So I'm good. It's like obviously I want to put a lot of time into making videos while I have this time, but also I need to spend a lot of this time just relaxing. And maybe it's from watching that very long video that I was just like very intensely focused on for a very long time, because this is very interesting. And maybe that was a lot of mental exertion, I guess, just sitting here watching a video. My head hurts. My mind hurts. I forgot to meditate this morning too, because I woke up and I just immediately went about my routines of like, I am thirsty, I want pancakes. What else did I do this morning? I need to finish my laundry from this weekend that I didn't get around to finishing yet. So many things to do, and now I have the time to do them, but I can't do them because the brain doesn't want to cooperate. So gotta take it easy. I think that's everything I wanted to say. I'm still going to attempt to upload daily throughout this. Call me stubborn, call me what you... Ooh, I don't want to move that quickly, but there we go. Roll my chair a bit forward. Yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say. So yeah, that's an update on what's happening. Oh, right. That's why yesterday's video, if I remember right, what was yesterday? Yesterday was Monday. I recorded it either Sunday night or Monday morning, and then I tried to upload it on Monday morning, but it wasn't going to be uploaded in time for me to put in the little cards in the corner there. And so my plan was to put those in after work and then put the video live. But obviously that wasn't going to work because I got the concussion. I was like, well, it's already uploaded. Last night I did not have the mental capacity to watch the video and put in all the cards I wanted to do. I didn't even remember what I was going to call the video, so I just posted it with the title of the video being the file name, which was auto-generated by my recording software. So the video was called 2021-06-2022. No. 2021-06-22, 13:25:16. So 13:25 is 1:25 p.m. In 16 seconds, and that's what the video is called. I still didn't put in the little cards like I wanted to do. Goodness. Oh yeah, I was gonna say too, I didn't even get to meditate yet this morning, which I have been doing every day, and I feel like that would probably be a good thing to do on a head injury, to just sit and not think about things. I guess that would probably be a healing activity, perhaps. I don't know. So maybe I'll try to meditate for 30 minutes today instead of today I think was going to be the third day I was going to go for 10 minutes. I don't know. I think that's everything I was going to say in the video, so thank you so much for watching. I am okay. I just need to rest. And yes, I am... how do I want to phrase it? I've said in many videos that Markiplier is my favorite YouTuber, and I know that at some point when my channel blows up and I start getting success on this platform, because I don't care what it takes, I'm going to make it, that people are going to compare me to him and be like, oh, you're just copying him in this way or the other or whatever, because every YouTuber that that has a favorite YouTuber has that type of interaction with their viewers where they are accused of copying their favorite, and in some ways they do, and that's okay, because that's part, you have to imitate before you innovate and blah blah blah. But anyways, this is not one of the qualities about him that I intended on copying. The idea of like once every year or so just randomly posting a video like, hey, I'm in the hospital. I know that's something he does, that is not something that I want to do. So here's hoping this does not become a new recurring pattern. Considering that this was my first time in the hospital since like 2015, I think, when I had pneumonia. I've got lots of where is it? I've got lots of video ideas. You can't see. That's probably for the better. No spoilers. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna rest. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you get plenty of rest. And like and subscribe and share my videos and all that stuff. Blah blah blah. Cool. Thanks. Have a great day. Ow. Laughing hurts.